Ladies and gentlemen, and love is not something that just happens to you. It's not some fleeting feeling that comes and goes like the wind. No, love is a decision. It's a choice you make every single day, whether you feel like it or not. You see, most people think love is about emotion, how you feel when things are good, when everything is smooth, when life is easy. But real love shows up when the road gets rough, when the storms come, when the doubt creeps in, when pain threatens to break you down. That's when love becomes a decision, a commitment you make deep inside your soul. If you want something that lasts, if you want a love that stands the test of time, you have to understand this truth. Feelings will fail you. Your emotions will betray you. You might wake up some days and not feel like loving, but the choice to love is what carries you forward. It's easy to love when things are perfect. Anybody can do that, but love doesn't grow in perfect conditions. It grows in the dirt, in the struggle, in the sacrifice. When you decide to love, you're saying to yourself, I will keep going, no matter what. You're saying, I will believe in this person, in this relationship, in this cause, even when it's hard. That kind of love takes strength. It takes courage. It takes faith. It's not something you stumble into by accident. It's something you wake up and claim like your destiny. And understand this, love is not selfish. Real love is about giving without expecting to get something back every time. It's about showing up, showing patience, being willing to forgive, and sometimes even when you don't feel like it. Love means you don't walk away when it gets tough. You lean in, you stay, you fight for it. Because when you make that decision to love, you're planting seeds for a future that is bigger than yourself. You know, life will test you. Life will throw curveballs, and there will be moments when your heart wants to close up to protect itself. But that's exactly when love calls you to be brave, to rise above your fears and your doubts, to say, I'm not giving up, I'm not letting go. That decision to love, that's where power lies. That's where victory begins. So don't wait for love to just feel right. Don't wait for perfect timing or perfect conditions. Make the choice now to love deeply, fiercely, and without hesitation. Because love, when it's chosen and embraced with intention, will carry you through the darkest nights and lead you into the brightest mornings. Remember, this love is not a feeling you catch. It's a decision you make. And that decision, my friend, is the greatest strength you will ever have. You want to talk about love. You want to understand where it all begins. It starts with vulnerability. That's right, vulnerability. It's that moment when you stand naked before someone, not physically, but emotionally. When you drop the walls, let down the armor, and open your heart wide enough for someone else to see all your cracks and scars. It's scary, isn't it? Because vulnerability means risk. It means exposing parts of yourself that you've hidden, that you've protected for so long because you're afraid of what might happen if someone sees the real you. But here's the thing. Love doesn't grow behind walls. It doesn't flourish in silence or isolation. Love demands courage. It demands honesty. When you choose to be vulnerable, you're saying to the world, and to that special person, you trust them enough to let them in. You're telling them, this is who I am, take it or leave it. That's not weakness. That is strength in its purest form. Because it takes guts to be real in a world that teaches us to pretend. We've all been hurt. We've all had our hearts broken, our trust shattered. So it's tempting to build that fortress to shield yourself from pain. But here's the truth. If you never open the door, if you never show your heart, love will never find a way in. Vulnerability is the gateway. It's the first step on the path to real connection. And when you dare to open up, something powerful happens. You invite another person not just to know you, but to understand you. You create space for empathy, for compassion, for true intimacy. That kind of love is rare, it's sacred. It's the kind of love that heals wounds, mends broken spirits, and lights up the darkest corners of your soul. So don't be afraid to take that leap. Don't let fear keep you locked inside yourself. It's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to have doubts, to have flaws. In fact, it's those very imperfections that make you human, and that make love real. The people who love you will see those flaws and still choose you, because love doesn't require perfection. It requires authenticity. This journey of love begins with a simple but profound act, opening your heart. When you do that, you're not just starting a relationship. You're starting a revolution inside yourself. You're breaking chains, you're shedding fear, and you're stepping into freedom. That freedom is what allows love to grow, from the heart to forever. So I challenge you today, be brave enough to be vulnerable. Let go of the need to be perfect, the need to control, the need to hide. Trust in your heart and trust in the journey of love, because love begins when you decide to show up exactly as you are. Listen, love isn't about everything being perfect all the time. If you think love is easy, you've been watching the wrong movies. Love is tested, it's challenged, it's stretched to its limits, and sometimes it gets bruised and battered. But here's the thing, love grows through challenges. It doesn't crumble when the storms come, it strengthens. It's in those hard moments that love shows its true power. When life throws you a curveball, when disappointment hits, when misunderstandings rise, love asks you to be patient. Not just the kind of patience that waits and hopes passively, but the kind of patience that fights for understanding. Patience that listens even when you're tired of hearing the same argument. Patience that holds on when everything inside you wants to let go. That's love growing. That's love learning to bend without breaking. Forgiveness is another test of love. And I'm not talking about the easy forgiveness, the kind you offer when someone says sorry and everything goes back to normal. No, I'm talking about the forgiveness that chooses to release bitterness, the forgiveness that sets you free even when the wounds are deep. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself as much as you give to the other person. Love grows through forgiveness because it refuses to be chained to past hurts. It refuses to carry the weight of resentment. Forgiveness clears the path for healing and growth. Grace is the quiet strength that love requires when you see someone at their worst and still choose to stand by them. It's not about overlooking mistakes or pretending everything is okay. It's about embracing the messy, imperfect reality of life and still believing in the value of the relationship. Grace is love's way of saying, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. These lessons, patience, forgiveness, grace, they don't come from comfort zones. They come from struggle. They come from hard conversations, from tears, from moments when you want to give up but don't. Love doesn't grow in easy places. It grows in the tension. It grows when you push past your pride, past your ego, and past your hurt. And when love grows through challenges, it changes you. It makes you stronger. It makes you wiser. It teaches you empathy, humility, and compassion. It teaches you how to be present, how to listen, how to really see another person, not just their surface, but their heart. So don't run from the hard times. Don't shrink away when love gets tested. Step into those moments with courage. Lean into the struggle and let love transform you. Because every challenge you overcome together is a brick laid in the foundation of a love that can last a lifetime and beyond. Remember, the true measure of love is not in how it feels when everything is easy, but in how it endures when everything feels impossible. Love is not for the faint of heart. It is for the brave. It is for those willing to fight for something greater than themselves. Let me tell you something about commitment. Real love demands commitment, not just when it's convenient, not just when it feels good, but every day, no matter what. Love isn't a one-time thing. It's not a spark that lights up and then fizzles out. It's a fire you have to keep feeding, a garden you have to keep watering. And that takes work, dedication, and a promise to stay even when you want to walk away. A long-term commitment means you show up, day in and day out. It means you choose to be present, even when life gets busy, when distractions come knocking, and when the initial excitement wears off. Love is a marathon, not a sprint, and the ones who win that race are the ones who refuse to quit. They refuse to let momentary struggles define the whole story. Commitment means embracing the reality that love will change. It won't always look the same as it did in the beginning. People grow, circumstances shift, and challenges arise. But when you commit to love, you commit to growing together, adapting together, and holding on through the seasons of life. It means you're willing to put in the work, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's tough. This kind of love demands sacrifice. Sometimes you have to put someone else's needs ahead of your own. Sometimes you have to choose patience over pride, understanding over anger, and service over selfishness. That's not always easy, but that's what commitment looks like. It's love in action. It's showing up for the person when no one else does. It's choosing them when temptation comes knocking. And it's fighting for that love even when the odds feel stacked against you. Commitment is also about trust. Trust that what you're building is worth fighting for. Trust that even when you can't see the finish line, the journey itself has value. Trust that love is more than just feelings. It's a foundation, a promise that stands firm through storms and sunshine alike. And here's the beautiful part. When you commit to love for the long haul, you start to build something that's unshakable. You build a foundation that can withstand whatever life throws your way. You create a space where vulnerability can thrive, where forgiveness is a habit, and where grace is given freely. This is love that lasts beyond moments, beyond years, beyond a lifetime. This is love that leaves a legacy. When you commit to love, you're not just making a promise for today, you're making a promise for forever. And that promise, it's the most powerful thing you'll ever make. So don't be fooled by quick fixes or easy outs. Don't be tempted to give up when things get hard. Commit, show up, stay faithful, because that's where love grows. That's where love lasts, and that's where love becomes forever. Love is not bound by time. It's not something that starts and ends like a chapter in a book. Real love, it's eternal. It goes beyond the moments we live in, beyond the days and years we count. Love doesn't die when the calendar turns or when circumstances change. It doesn't fade when life throws its hardest punches. Love lives on forever. You see, too many people treat love like it's temporary, like it's a phase or a season. They look for quick thrills or easy fixes, and when things get tough, they pack up and leave. But love that lasts, love that's real, understands something deeper. It knows that love is a legacy. It's something you carry inside you that outlives your struggles, your failures, even your time on this earth. Love becomes forever when it's rooted in something unshakable. It's rooted in faith, in commitment, and in the understanding that you're part of something bigger than yourself. When you love like that, you're not just thinking about now. You're thinking about how your love will shape tomorrow, and the tomorrow after that, and the tomorrow after that. You're planting seeds in soil you may never walk on, but knowing one day someone will reap the harvest. Forever love doesn't mean perfect. It means persistent. It means choosing to love when it's inconvenient, when it's uncomfortable, when every voice inside your head is telling you to quit. It means holding on when it would be easier to let go. It means believing in the unseen, trusting in the unknown, and standing firm even when you can't see the finish line. And here's the beauty: when love becomes forever, it transforms you. It changes how you see the world, how you treat others, and how you walk through life. It teaches you patience, humility, and grace. It teaches you that your heart is bigger than your fears, and that your soul is stronger than your doubts. Forever love also means impact. The love you give today, the kindness, the forgiveness, the sacrifices, they echo into eternity. They touch lives you may never meet, inspire generations you may never see. Love that lasts forever is not just a feeling, it's a force. A force that changes families, communities, and even the world. So, I want you to think about this. What kind of love are you building? Is it temporary, or is it forever? Are you settling for the easy road, or are you committing to the journey that lasts a lifetime and beyond? Because love is not just for now, it's for forever. And when you understand that, when you live that, you unlock a power inside you that no one can take away. A power that will carry you through every trial, every storm, every heartbreak, and bring you into a place of peace and victory. Love forever, build forever, be forever. Look, if you want to find love, that's good. But if you want to keep love, if you want to build something that lasts, then you've got to be love. It's not enough to wait for love to come knocking at your door, hoping it'll fix your problems or make your life complete. Love doesn't work like that. Love is action. Love is something you do, not just something you feel. You have to be the source of it, the giver of it, the builder of it. Being love means showing up when it's hard. It means putting someone else's needs ahead of your own sometimes, even when you don't want to. It means listening more than you speak, forgiving more than you judge, and giving more than you take. Being love means choosing kindness when anger is easier, choosing patience when frustration is louder. It's about being the person who lifts others up, even when you're carrying your own burdens. When you choose to be love, you create an environment where love can grow. You build bridges where others build walls. You open doors when others close them. And when love has a home in you, it spreads. It touches everyone you meet. Because love is contagious, it's powerful. It transforms not only your heart, but the hearts of those around you. But here's the challenge: being love isn't always comfortable. It demands sacrifice. It requires humility. It asks you to put aside your pride and ego and step into the shoes of compassion and understanding. Sometimes being loved means standing alone, standing firm, and standing true, even when the world around you is falling apart. Building love means you're intentional. You don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect person. You create the moment, you nurture the relationship, you invest time, energy, and heart. Love isn't a spark that ignites and burns out. It's a fire you have to tend, feed, and protect. That means commitment. That means discipline. That means showing up every day, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. Love builds communities. Love heals wounds. Love inspires change. When you become love, you become a catalyst for something greater than yourself. You start a ripple that becomes a wave that can move mountains. That's the power of being love. You don't just change your life, you change the world. So don't just search for love outside of yourself. Don't wait for someone else to make you whole. Be love, build love, and watch how that journey from your heart to forever unfolds. Because when you are love, you are unstoppable. You are unbreakable. You are forever.